Okay. When last we left off, we had everyone basically dealing with the aftermath of the events that happened beforehand. While taking out the enemy team as king, you did not manage to take out the final agent. Rather, you flipped the agent and decided to have him work for you. Joining the group, you managed to find out what exactly happened. He was apparently grabbing DNA samples from the uh, council, as well as blood transfusions. Entering into the fray and figuring out what to do, you all decided to jump in the bag after the man you accidentally had killed became a living zombie and opened the bag for you, and his main purpose was to keep it open until you returned. On the other side, you found the team but decided to not attack them. You basically created a typhoon like environment around them, causing them to be unaware of their surroundings. Jumping straight for the vials of blood, you quickly grabbed them and made your way out. There were 10 vials and there were 5 not candidates, specimen subjects that you knew of. But better safe than sorry, and you decided to grab them all. You all jumped, one of you almost dying because they decided to not play it safe, and managed to all jump in through. The man you flipped, pretty much not that helpful, or at the very least, he didn't get a chance to help. And now you're all back with doorway closed. The man that was revived as a thrall falls to the ground dead as his job had been completed. You were then given a stack of paperwork as a thank you, and that's where we left off. Byrald has a failed back of a holding, and the rest of the team is just standing there.
I did last week. I thought we got them to destroy the blood already.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
While you were transferring paperwork, Byroth and the rest of the team managed to burn the rest of the samples. Not really figuring out where the other samples came from or why exactly they needed it. But it was an hour that the enemy team had on you based off of what you know of. So maybe they had time to analyze a bit of the samples, or maybe you got in there fast enough for them not to. Didn't really decide to chance it, so instead of asking them, you got in, got out as fast as possible. But the specimens
Told
are
them we
destroyed.
were police and they attacked us.
He also doesn't freeze.
I did.
Caitlin hands in the report from before, basically just reporting on what you guys already know. It's not like they won't have investigated this beforehand, but that's pretty much it.
Let's see. How do I do this tactfully and also be Byra? Um, I guess I would ask Caitlin if she were here, if like we fulfilled our obligations as far as like giving a gift so that we can leave the city.
Accommodating them, you did. However, giving them the gift of a member of the team you have yet to do, or at least yet to complete. You
Yeah, about that Dropkick was telling us things about what he wanted to do, so don't know how you guys want to proceed here because Dropkick wanted to kill Shade still for the issues.
doesn't matter. They're not here, so they don't get a choice. Again, you don't know what the sacrifice will do. It doesn't mean they're sacrificing to their life. It could mean servitude. It could mean them turning into a vampire somehow. It could be a new thrall. No idea. I mean, it's not like you guys are friends with him. That being said, you also have Bleep and Nilla.
No, if we gotta give somebody up with shade, but Byroth is the opinion that giving the gift of 5 vampire lords' blood should be sufficient tithe.
Nope. At least you don't get that feeling. They could easily acquire blood.
No, but like it was the blood of a vampire. It was their own blood. It's not. This is not such a light burden. Exactly.
Interesting way of thinking about it.
Technically, we delivered them a blood tithe from 5 different vampire lords, and that's no easy.
They weren't asking for that, though. You just basically offered your services to them, which they happily agreed upon. You made no hint of, oh, this will suffice,
It was a gift.
and a gift received. But a contract was still made between you and your group. Well, not a contract of paper, but a contract of words. As Evie states, if they're required still to hand over a gift, Paria simply states, well, a gift has already been received, darling, but we still require one of your members to be left behind.
I mean, yeah, last week you technically did tell him to do that, and I think he agreed, remembering that right.
He was fine with
Since I
staying.
only saw
He agreed
snippets
to
of this.
be paid. That's what he agreed.
Yeah. He was fine with staying. His life was forfeit for this mission, so honestly, it's just extra time for him.
Yeah, I think the only person that has a problem with that in the team undead isn't really.
Okay. Caitlin basically just shakes her head no, but doesn't matter, they're not here. And majority rules. Rauta, do you give him the money you still owe him? I see no typing. So I'm gonna assume no?
It's all about fulfilling contracts today. Okay, so that's another 250 gold.
Mm-hmm.
No, you still have another 250 left.
Am I the only one that can hear Rauta?
I can hear.
Okay. I guess I had
So
her
the
muted.
two are just too hungover to talk.
Huh? You're
Not
too sleepy.
okay, there we go. I wonder
Oh,
how
did you
long you were
not hear?
talking.
Oh.
She handed over the 250. She's got 250 left.
Okay. Sorry, didn't hear you. I think I had you muted from last week.
Wonk, wonk.
Wonk wonk. Okay. You hand over the money. Shade. Oh, I was wondering why Soap was talking to himself. But why? And it doesn't matter. Not part of this.
Sorry.
No, that was me. You give her the money and then goes, all right. No, wait, he's supposed to be terrible Australian. Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the Alright
A
then.
dingo ate your baby.
Hello, Bruce.
Alright, Bruce. Time to go. Now for the rest of you. Don't die out there. Gives you finger guns. Alright, here to stay. As for the rest of you lot, do they say a lot? Doesn't matter. Terrible anyways. See you around.
Yes, you're leaving this kind of awful town now. I mean, it's your brand of awful, so I'm sure you're like, okay, goodbye.
Wait a minute. So was I muted the whole time I was saying it? Like,
Muted on my side.
okay, so you
Yep,
didn't hear me
but
say
basically,
anything. Pretty much what I was saying was I want that shade guy to be held accountable for his actions while everybody was asleep, and that's why I want to give him up to the council. And do they accept that offering
Oh,
as
big
one of
time.
our own team?
yeah, we were all kind of
Cool.
agreement on that.
All right, I was like, wait, I was pleading and he wasn't responding. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, basically they accept that immediately.
Awesome. 'Cause now
Honestly,
he's going to be held responsible, and I paid him his dues, and yes, everything's cool on my end.
mm-hmm. The head council member then looks towards the rest of you. Well, now, my dears, do be careful on your way back. And when the construction part is ready, we'll let you know. Otherwise, feel free to arrive whenever you'd like. It has truly been a pleasure.
The construction?
Why, yes, the main reason why you came here, of course. I assume Ramon sent you all here to gather geographical information for the
Oh.
Safe Passage Railway System.
Yep.
Oh, the trading
Milton
routes.
nods.
Yes, I'm sure your surveys would be very helpful. Thank
All
you
right,
again,
then.
Council. And,
Do be.
out of character, how long does that blessing that they gave us last?
It probably lasts 24 hours if you had to assume.
Alright. We've got minds talking for a day.
As you guys are wandering in a line, you see that the thrall got back up, and Evie decides to leave. Maria joins soon after.
Court bow, leave. He leaves.
I don't know if Maria got deleted, but whatever. Boop. Oops, pedals are supposed to be gone. As the pedals continue to fall, they disappear after they hit the ground. Because they're not supposed to be there. And they're on the token layer, so they'll be there for a while until I get it deleted. So you all make the way through the circle unless you want to take the month's travel back.
No, I think we're all comfortable using the magic circle again. Caitlin, do you want to say any goodbyes to loved ones in the cities? No, that's weird. Okay.
She already said her goodbyes.
Yeah, that's true.
She'd probably say it, or not her goodbyes, but more like her hellos. She'd probably say it in that southern tone.
Jay looks at the rest of you. You still don't know what she was doing in town while everyone was asleep. Currently, everyone's waking up. So they're still not fully conscious of everything. Evie is currently booking it to the area.
Alright. Fire out with a shout as we're all leaving. Good morning, citizens. You're welcome for saving your lives from Section 9.
5 more minutes. Who are you? Oh, shut up.
They're still groggy. Let's just go. Milton pushes Baroth along.
As you all head and make way towards the magic circle, Jay and Bleep begin to discuss something, and then Bleep rushes over.
Can someone perhaps perceive what they were hearing?
I mean, if you guys have a passive perception of 18, you can listen.
I believe Maria might have such a ridiculously high.
That's assuming she cares.
Yeah, I don't think Maria would care, honestly.
Well, it's passive. She just does. Anyway,
I mean, passive.
Passive's only passive if she's paying attention passively.
Yeah, I mean,
If she's focused on something, then her passive is null and void.
even if
then
it is
through the-
passive, you could listen. Oh, this is probably a private conversation, and then just ignore it.
classic servant.
Yes.
Alright, through the portal, let's go.
Through the portal you go. As you reach through the portal, you manage to wind up back in the same area you were. I don't know why Maria is on top of the table. That was rude manners. As you all head back into the area you were once before, your team manifests on or around the table. Ramon is currently at the equipment area setting things up, probably to communicate with you guys when you just arrive out of nowhere. Oh, there you are. Good. Glad you're safe. Everything go alright?
Sure.
Yes, actually, surprisingly well. Although, shove, Caitlin. Someone didn't tell us we had to leave someone behind.
Well, that's
But it was
unfortunate.
okay. We recruited someone and then immediately sacrificed it.
But they deserved it, so it's okay.
It's just true. We recruited a criminal for this purpose.
To be held accountable for their wrongdoings.
See. Well, that's all good,
Actually,
I
that's
suppose.
like probably most important information we came back here with. Is if you go visit the council, they'll expect a slave.
Well-
we don't know what happened to them, first off.
Yeah, he could be dead.
Well, he should be, but
Right. Sure, Miss Brightblade, I shouldn't have an issue with that. That's perfectly alright.
I also have maps and geological surveys of the nearby area. Pulls them out of the bag of holding. I would actually like to examine these a little bit. Byroth has a feature that lets him remember maps really, really well. So I just kind of want to go over those a little bit.
Okay. As you begin to dive in through the massive amount of paperwork, even Maria, both have to head out and do stuff. In the meantime, you guys are currently going and diving through a bunch of paperwork. Honestly, if I was going to depict it, it covered the entire table, so the meal that's been prepared has to be removed. Byroth, is there anything specific you're looking through?
No, not really. Just kind of the general layout of the area. Probably to see if at a glance I could see where the railroad would go. But if they're going, I'd ask if they want us to accompany them. If you need assistance on your business, feel free to ask the members of your party. If not, study the maps. Take it. In the meantime, let's just assume that it's map time.
Map time! Okay, as you dive that question into their own minds, and they currently are contemplating it, you see that the area seems to be in the
Yes, okay, we will remain here and look at the maps. I wish you luck.
Okay. As you look and bind through the area, seeing a significant amount of potential in them, you do see that the area that it was at seems to be what seems to be odd. The town you just came from was apparently not on the map, unless you were actually there and signified the actual positions for the geography. You would not have been able to find it. It's surrounded by a mountain range that no one knows it exists there. Pinpointing a location, you can see that there's a small valley that would likely be where the railway system depicts it at. That is likely the only way in and out. So it's likely highly guarded and classified information. For them to trust you with this amount of information is rare. For them to do so willingly, they must respect the person that they give it to. That being said, you do have a vast amount of information, and you now can travel on foot and find the location as you see it on the map.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll memorize that and then say to Ramon, so this seems to be the only way a caravan could travel in and out of the city. Hidden city, I guess.
Right.
If someone wants to stop this, this is where they will do it.
Yes, that would make the most sense. I don't see why they wouldn't. They have been not exactly the most verbose types to deal with certain matters. But beyond that, they should be fine. Thank you for retrieving this information. It has helped quite a lot. In the meantime, if there's anything you all need to do, please go ahead and discuss it with me. If you need to go somewhere,
I will tell the council, he says, looking at Caitlin kind of accusatorily, is also quite interested in the whereabouts of these shards of sin.
I
They are
see.
now aware that you have at least two. Shoves Caitlin.
I mean, they're not like super into them, but they are interested in them. But yeah, I see. Could pose a threat if they decide to do something with them, but unless they're long-lived, so I highly doubt they'll be quick to movement. But they should pose no immediate threat.
They seem to be very cooperative with us, honestly. I mean, they did share a fairly big state secret in terms of this hidden pass.
Yes, I highly doubt they would want to give away the goat, if you will. So
I'm
it should
not
be
worried
fine.
about the council stopping this, just other interested parties.
Hmm. Well, if the council is not who you suspect that would go, who exactly are you suspecting?
I don't suspect. I prepare.
Alright, then. In the meantime... Pop, 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 pop. Through a few words here and there, you had heard, Evie and Maria, that there were some people fighting out in the forest. Currently, the fighting ring had been, ironically enough, you heard wind about some strange superhero-like person coming into the town and literally shut down the fighting ring. The cops are currently looking for them. However, both the superhero, air quotes, and the people that are doing the fighting ring, but you had heard that some of them made way in camp to the outside of the forest. So currently they are recruiting people to train, spar, and the like.
Concerned by the two Maria tokens.
I only see one Maria. Oh, no, now they're both gone.
I see no Maria.
Oh, hang on, I think... Let me edit that token for you, because
Go
right
for
now
it.
it's locked. What was that?
I would still be in my disguise. I've never changed out of it, so
Oh, okay.
Got your bunny ears.
took the bunny ears off, just not the dress.
So you guys do make way and find the campsite.
Looking at the 4 people there, which one seems to be like the leader?
Well, they all seem strange as fighters, but the one that seems to be the leader is the one holding a dagger, currently chanting something into it.
Fey looking motherfucker.
Yes.
I'm just gingerly making my way over to like not cause any sudden disruption or discomfort between them. Sort of letting them know I'm here.
Okay. As you enter into the area, they look straight at you. They don't seem hostile, or at least not hostile yet. Observing the area, they do see and wave you over.
Apologies, I've heard that you take part in sparring around these parts, or at least did until that situation happened, if I'm correct.
You hear the man, almost dressed in gladiator-like armor, but you can clearly tell he's this weird type of humanoid. You're not exactly sure what he is. He looks kind of evil, but besides that, he goes, "Yeah, and what's it to you? Looking to fight?"
Yes, actually, I wish to partake.
All right. The next match will be in about 2 hours. You gonna wait then, or you have something to do?
I think we can wait. Is it simple fisticuffs or weapons involved?
All depends on what you want to do. If you want to go spar head to head, we can arrange that. If you want to use weapons and spells, we can arrange that too. We're just waiting on the crowd to show up.
Do any of them have injuries on them by any chance?
The ones that are masked seem to be injured. They're old scars and bruises. Nothing that you actually need to heal up. But they do seem like 24 hours fresh. They fully healed. But you can tell they were in a scrap earlier this day. Or yesterday.
Like everyone else in the world, they fully heal any injuries within 24 hours.
But as mentioned beforehand, they are waiting for more people to just show up.
Yeah, Evie's just gonna wait. She'll probably just sit down and read a book or something.
Okay. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh man, Myra should have insisted. Would have loved this.
All right. As everyone gathers about, an hour passes and this amount of people show up, or at least manage to find the site. The woman that seems to be the ringleader then states, "All right, that seems about everyone, or at least anyone smart enough to get here. Thanks to Mighty Knight, we had to do this covertly. So, anyone wishing to spar, please step forwards. Anyone wishing to place a bet, please step forwards. We only have time for 3 matches before we have to vacate the area for 24 hours. So, who wants to fight and who wants to bet? You see the Dragonborn, the woman, and this weird guy. Step forwards.
Do they all have weapons on, or are they all unarmed?
You can tell the woman's unarmed. You can tell the Dragonborn has magical properties to him. You can tell the strange red-masked individual has weapons, and you get a strange feeling from him. So he might be magical, or he could just be weird.
I'm putting all my weapons down on the floor next to Maria and stepping forward.
Fight Club, Fight Club.
All right. You got here first, so you get pick the lot. Who do you use that to fight? You can, of course, choose one of my men as well. Yeah, that's right. You want to fight us, you can go ahead and do so.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go with the Dragonborn. Since he's one that stepped forward.
Okay, you point at the Dragonborn and he goes, all right then. You cast magic? Is magic allowed?
Depends, do you think healing during a battle like this is fair?
I think so. The woman then states, very well then. We will have a magic fight and whatever else you can think of. Weapons are allowed, of course, if you decide to do so, but that means the enemy is allowed to do so as well. As you step on the surface of the...
Magic fight. Magic fight.
As you step on the surface of the well, as she points to it, you can see that the water itself is solidified on top of it. It's clearly made to look like a simple campsite, but there's clearly more about this. You can of course step out of the ring, but doing so might involve bystanders. They can of course defend themselves, but that could be detrimental to yourself as well. Do keep this in mind.
Magic fight.
Tying her hair up
Magic
into a high ponytail to keep it out of the way.
Okay, go ahead and roll turn order.
Magic fight. Magic
Oh, that
fight.
sucks for him.
He didn't roll terribly great, but he got higher than you. Alright. The Dragonborn looks straight at you, and immediately he casts something upon himself. You see that bark-like structure on his skin begins to grow and envelop him. He looks towards you and nods. Your turn.
Steps forward. Sucker punches him in the face with inflict wounds.
Oof. Evie's not screwing around.
16 hits.
That's a whole fucking 18, I think.
Yeah.
Did you roll like shit? What happened?
Striking him in the face, his normal AC is 13, he's a wizard.
That's good.
Turning into 16, you just hit his AC. Strike him in the face, he goes, oh, alright then. That hurt. A lot. Anything else?
Sorry, bad mood today. I'll heal you afterwards, don't worry.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'd rather not have their fighters die on us. Well, on them. Alright then. Do take care of yourself. Looking at you, he casts what appear to be 3 fire-like spells. They surround him and then go straight at you. Does 17 hit?
Misses.
Nice. You quickly dodge and move around them. Those ballet skills came in handy.
Magic fight.
Your move.
Magic fight.
Oh, I came into this magic fight unprepared.
Maria's
You
currently...
can still use weapons.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it for this turn. I'm just decking him across the face normally.
Laying on a divine smite.
But because of that, I have divine strike on top.
Ooh.
It's a melee hit. Doesn't hit either way, but
You aim straight to him, maybe his face, maybe his gut, to teach him a lesson because you're mad right now. But it doesn't seem to make contact. Anything else?
can I do another unarmed strike as a bonus action?
Probably for your movement / and bonus action.
Well, I'm not moving anywhere, so.
Yeah.
Spiritual weapon is a bonus action.
Yeah, spiritual weapon seems like cheating.
Magic fight.
That does hit. Striking him again, him just turning to the right and missing your first jab, you strike him. Unarmed strike, 16, 17, 3. And you just hit him with a radiant blow straight to his abdomen. He coughs a bit and you believe he's now bloodied. Which is a lot faster than I thought. Coughs out some blood and goes, alright. That one really got me. Time for me to go. Alright, try to deal with this. He bites his lip, and then you feel a radiant glow surrounding his breath. Yes, that's right. And then he inhales and exhales. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great, I'm so good at that.
As a god of
Magic fight.
flame begins to envelop you. Okay.
With a 4.
D6 plus 5. And it's only 8 points of damage. As he breathes out a noxious gas, and then it corrupts into a flame, it jettisons straight to you and deals 8 points damage. It's not great, but his specialty isn't exactly weapon breaths.
The crowd loves it though.
Evie, your move again.
Strike. Just misses.
Aiming straight at him, you begin to jab, similarly enough, but he seems to be learning. Anything else?
Go for a second one.
That one does hit. Alright, that's another 9. Jabbing him straight into the jaw after him dodging the first one. He bites his lip accidentally and no flames come out, but he's not looking too good. Another jab like that could probably take him out. As he's
Wizard punch.
Okay. Everyone's too close and they can consider it as a threat, so he can't do that.
Can't fireball her.
Yeah.
Do it, pussy, I'll take it.
No, the problem is if he does that, people can cancel it if they consider it a threat.
If he's a warlock or what is it, a sorcerer, he can do safe spell
Um,
or careful
He's a-
spell.
That's the evocation wizard.
he's conjuration wizard. But that's
Suppose.
neither here nor there. Someone can still cancel it out. He can't protect everyone. Oh. Alright. As he takes his turn, he looks straight towards you and tries to hit you with a punch. You seem to be having really good luck with that.
Natural 20. Look at this guy.
Dealing 10 points of damage, he seems to be learning quite well as he jabs you on the right shoulder. Somehow his punch did more than his fire breath. Your move again.
I love how Magic Fight just devolved into punching each other.
How do you want to take him out?
Oh, I'm just sucker punching him straight across the jaw and just fucking hitting him to the floor.
Alright.
Can't sucker punch someone you're actively fighting. That means they wouldn't know you're there. Just like haymaker him, jab. Anyways,
Whatever, I'll work with it. As you move, bob and weave, he seems to directly move straight against you. Turning back, he accidentally hits and trips, moving around the area. You're not sure where he accidentally tripped over, but looking down, you can see that the ice around his feet accidentally cracked. As he bends down to look at it, you just sucker punch him on the side, causing him not to actually see the punch. That's the way I'm working it in. And he falls down, just knocked out. Not only from the slipperiness of where he's standing now, but as Evie sucker punches him to the ground unconscious. He's not dead, but he's definitely not doing too great.
Just
the
in
crowd
case.
goes wild. Ah, yeah, magic fist fight.
Alright. As you spare the dying, he's not dead. He's just very, very sad he lost. Demoralized, you beat him pretty bad. This guy was supposed to be a magical fighting person, but that's fine.
Excuse me, my fists do radiant damage, therefore it is technically still magical.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that one. Honestly, I was gonna bring the woman in for hand-to-hand and weapon expert. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You still won pretty bad. Looking towards you, he goes, "Oh, that hurt, both physically and emotionally. For good work. Well done."
I hold up my hand to shake his.
He latches onto it, gets himself back up, because you did knock him down to the ground, and then shakes it. Letting go, he goes, "Alright, shouldn't have bet all that money against you. But I'll earn it back in the end." So, you gonna stay for the rest of the fights, or are you gonna just head on out?
No, I'll stay for the rest. You'll watch me fight. Might as well do the same for you lot. It's only the polite thing to do.
Excellent. Unfortunately, we only have the other two fighters here, so we're just gonna have 2 matches today.
You say that like Evie wouldn't go a second round.
Yeah, that's true. You can if you want.
Fucking gets knocked out, it's worth it.
I mean, he's a level 5. He wasn't exactly supposed to hand-to-hand combat.
He could have kept doing spells. I was just fist fighting for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's fair. In the meantime, though, getting back to the other group. As I mentioned, if you need to do something, you can already go ahead and do so. I believe your other 2 companions have made way into town.
You got anything, Malta? To with this?
I don't know.
Alright, Fyroth is going to look into smelting a portion of his chain into something he can make armor out of.
Well, we can have section 5 take a look at that if you'd like.
So, their resources would be a boost.
I think you're supposed to go to the Brightlight family for that.
That does kind of sound familiar. The Brightly family?
Yep.
Well, you know that yes, you did. The metal.
I thought it was funny. That's why I remembered it. Sorry.
That's right. You remember the metal? They are the primary source of that metal. The aurichalcum, or whatever the way you pronounce it. That being
Or
said,
Shalium?
if you want to go Final Fantasy,
Well, that's the only place I've ever heard it. But let's go talk to.
they're not
Let's
in.
just see if section. Yeah, okay. Let's see if section 5 knows anything,
Okay,
and then we'll go talk to the Brightleys. Section 5 is like right there, right? So,
it's down the hall.
I'm gonna tag along. So I don't really have anything I need. So I'm just gonna tag along. And I wasted all my money anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is good. I needed to because I never spend it. So yeah, just gonna tag along.
Just give me a second, because I think everyone else's tokens are still here.
say Rialta, you play your game. Last time you learned how to shoot guns. That was pretty cool. A little Sheikah tablet thing.
Yeah. I guess I will play that while I walk along with you. I just don't want to be alone, so I tag along. But I'll be playing my game while you do that.
Okay. As you enter inside, everyone seems to be kind of bored. Right now, they're just waiting on the rest of the supplies that are coming in from Noche. So, they're kind of on standby right now.
Hello, Section 5. It is me, Baroth. Remember when we saved your life from demon resurrections? What do you think this chain is made of, and what are its properties?
All 500 feet, you extract it. Gen moves over towards you, gives you basically a bear hug. He's quite strong for a human. Ah, Baroth, how have you been? You've been out there. Oh wait, is that even? No, he's supposed to be like energetic and peppy. Ah, Baroth, how have you been? Been out there saving the world, doing stuff, fighting crime. I don't exactly
all of
know
those
what
things.
Section 9s do.
I think we did all of those things.
Great, good job.
Yes.
Gives you a
We
pat on
all
the back.
Just-
bumps into them while they're bear hugging because she's playing her game.
Okay. He just pats you on the head. You too, Relta. Great to see you again. You seem busy, though.
I'm going to go talk to one of the more helpful members of Section 5 and pat him on the head.
Okay. He releases the bear hug and goes, "All right, then. If you need my help, I'll be over here."
Just like where he scratched the symbols into the wall.
You can see he's clearly scratching more symbols in there.
Oh no.
That's what you get for coming back to life.
Oh.
Maris moves over because you wanted to speak with someone more manageable, and he, as far as you know, is the most knowledgeable. Right, you were talking about a chain.
Hold it up for him to examine. I
Oh,
believe it is Orishalian or Calvin.
oh yes. Everyone always has a difficulty trying to say the name. I, for one, try to give it up and go with whatever they feel most comfortable with. But that's neither here or there. But yes, looking at it, it does seem to be a blend of Orichalcum or Orichalcum, whatever, And Mithril.
Hey man, I'm easy too. Mithril is. Why do you think they would alloy these metals?
Well, Orichalcum is a very rare metal in itself, and Mithril is quite dense and strong, but also very light. If I had to guess, they were trying to fuse both properties with one another.
Okay. So strong and light.
No, not exactly. Ori... he's gonna just say Orichalcum, it's easier for me.
Go for
Seems
it.
to have a stronger property with magic. It can basically absorb it as if it's a power... not a power source, but a storage device.
Do you know of anyone or yourself know anything about the reforging of this metal?
I can bring in my specialist in my team, have him show you what he can do. But beyond that, it would likely have fallen under the jurisdiction of the police task force for true weaponry. However, from what I hear, they're currently gathering mercenaries and anyone from the police force that can spare time on the current mission.
Interesting. I would love to talk to your expert and then also the people at True Weapon. So, first your man or woman or creature. I don't know.
Alright. He then grabs his own Sheikah tablet, Ruby Slap, and begins to basically dial the person up. He puts it
While
towards
this is happening, sorry, I just want to mind link and ask, like, hello, Evie and Maria, I hope your night is going well. Because we still have the mind link. This one. Throw that in there.
They're outside of town, but it's still within range. You guys get the signal. It's a little
Yeah, I'm not
weird.
responding.
You guys are gonna fun.
Okay. A few minutes after that, you get the expert, or at least their expert, if it'll ever show up on the map. There we go. Yes, you called. Yes. This man here wants to get your opinion on his metal. Yes. What is it?
It is an alloy of oroshallium and mithril.
Yes.
I say it differently because I have an accent.
That's perfectly fine. We all come from different places. So what do you want? A nice, headpiece? Metal weaponry? Armor?
Armor plating, yes.
Okay. According to my specifications, you can infuse a fire attack, an ice attack, lightning attack. What
So
exactly are you
armor.
after?
Armor.
Yes.
This
Barris, did you
armor
not
will
tell
attack.
him?
It
I
absorbs
tried
magic, but
to
it
explain.
reflects or burgeons forth.
No! You clearly don't know what you're talking about. Are you even a metal expert? He sighs.
I'm an expert in mundane and non-magical metals.
This is
I've never
non-magical.
seen this before.
In fact, there's no trace of magic in it. The true ability of what it can do is basically store magic within. Think of it as a cell, and magic as its energy source. While neither here or there, the human body or the humanoid body really can activate the spell within. Basically, you become the catalyst of the spell. I can infuse the
so-
armor with a generator to continuously produce that spell.
And these are all the bells of offense that you know.
It can also be defense, but we are the R&D department in the police force, so generally, most police officers take offensive spells.
This is interesting. Yeah, just out of character, I don't know if I want to get rid of no critical hits for an attack spell. I already have a lot of attack spells.
I mean, he said you can take defensive spells. It's just the police like to take offensive spells. Not everyone, but enough that he had to say at that point.
Okay, well, I guess that's probably something I'll have to think about, because if it's just like a lot of different spells.
Well, it's one spell.
No, I mean, like, if you could infuse like a wide variety of spells. I gotta
Yeah,
think about
he
that.
can infuse a spell of level 3 or below.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that for a while.
You can cast a spell twice a day. If it's cantrip, you can continuously cast it.
Could you infuse this property into could you alloy this property into other armor, say adamantine?
Yes, I suppose I could. I would have to melt part of the chain here, and then infuse it into the adamantine.
Okay, this is yes, I'm interested in this, but out of game, I gotta like look at some shit. So at the earliest convenience.
All right. Well, I'll be here if you need me. Well, I won't be here. I'll be in my own laboratory.
I
Goodbye.
will call upon you again. Goodbye. That is very helpful, Maris. Thank you.
No problem. I'm sure Section 9 would probably have their own divisional expert.
They sent me here.
Maybe they're on leave then. Or they don't exactly... it really doesn't matter, I suppose. In the meantime, he hands you, a number, which Relta can actually call. If you need him outside of us, you can get into contact with him this way.
Thank you again. I give it to Rialta. I think your tablet phone thing has... I don't know.
Rialta stops playing her game. She's like, you want me to call this number?
Just put it in for later.
Okay. And she types it in and saves it.
Okay. You didn't know his
Leave it for
name,
me.
but you now have Bastion's number.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what name do you want me to save it under?
Well, if he gave me the number, he could have at least written down the name of the guy on top.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Cool.
His
We're
name's
not gonna call
Bastion,
this
by the
now?
way.
No, I need to talk to Bastion once I make a decision about armor.
Okay. Save the number in the phone and go back to playing the game.
Okay. Maris then states, alright, if you need anything else, let us know. Otherwise, we're honestly just bored here waiting for our supplies to return. If you need to find Section 9's own blacksmith expert, I suppose you can contact your own division. Don't know why he sent you here. I suppose he was probably thinking of... Well, we are more inclined with research, so... he goes on like that. If you had to think about it, or if you had to... What's it called? Connect the dots on Maris's logic. They're probably more specialized.
Is it
with
because
metal.
they're bored? Oh, they're good with metal.
Yes. Outside of game, Ramon was thinking about them not doing anything, so he sent you guys here.
Kind of nudge Rialta. Do you want to show them the gun things?
Wait, what?
Oh, look, you bought some guns.
Oh, can they like upgrade them or something?
They could.
Okay. Sure, yeah. She puts her game away, all
Okay.
distracted, and pulls out her guns, and she's like, I bought these, and I forget what they did, special stuff. I can't remember what they did.
just
One's
point.
a stake thrower, one's a regular pistol, Glock 9mm.
The stick thrower was
Cool.
modified to actual shoot bullets.
So it can do
Yes.
both.
Yes. Round tab begins to just wave them around. Everyone begins to duck. Barroth, I don't know how you threaten your field. But Claire gets closer and goes, "Oh, awesome! Do you want them to shoot fire stuff? Ice stuff? Oh god, here we go again. Claire, try not to overdo it this time. Oh, you're
We
not
have
the
to rub
boss of
their
me, Maris.
Hands
I
together. Claire, go
technically
ahead.
am. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's see. Oh, I confused the...
She has 250 gold, by the way.
God damn it! Why did I waste all?
Yeah, that's fine.
And a
Yes.
dust of sneezing.
Oh, I do. And I have a firebolt wand.
Oh, awesome! Firebolt wand. I can infuse the property of a firebolt into your bullets.
How much would that cost?
Probably... Maris... no, sorry. Maris then states, keep it simple. Alright, fine. There goes the acid spell. Probably 150 gold. 450 bullets.
450 shots.
And my firebolt, right? Like I won't have that anymore.
Yeah.
No, you still have it. She just drains it
Oh.
for a while, and then probably 24 hours later it recharge. That being
Oh.
said, she can infuse the property damage of a firebolt spell into the bullets. You would still have to shoot the gun normally, but the damage pool would increase to a firebolt spell's equivalent.
Ooh, you broke up there. What was that?
Basically, she infuses the damage a firebolt spell would do into 50 bullets, but you would still
If
have
I
to
hit.
shoot it normally.
And you would still keep the wand, but it's used up for the day.
Okay. It's used up for the day that she initiates or like puts the spell into the bullets, right?
Yes. Which means you
Okay.
can do this again at a later point in time.
Bullets.
Lost the DM.
Hmm?
Dun, dun, dun. We were saying she has two different types of guns.
She can infuse it into either one.
I
How-
if she got both kinds.
If you got both done, it'd be 300 gold.
Damn it.
You don't have it. You're short.
All right, I'll just get it on the handgun for now. You said 50 bullets costed 150.
Mhm.
You paid a lot.
What?
Actually, I don't even have the 50 gold. I was gonna give it to you, but I don't have it.
No, you're fine. I don't need it. It was just I thought it would be cool to have it on both guns because then I'd be like fire damage. Firing. Anyways, so yeah, I'll just get for the handgun 50 fire bolt bullets.
Alright.
Firebolt bullets.
Firebolt
yeah.
bullets. Yes. Claire then goes, alright, awesome. Whenever you have more money, looks towards Maris. Yep, more money. I can infuse other properties into it. As we move over back to the fighting ring.
Thank you.
As you see the fighting ring currently going on, you see the teal-haired woman just moving about. As the man keeps throwing dagger after dagger after dagger, it seems endlessly. She moves around, goes through both of his legs, and then just hits him in the back as he just falls down to the ground. Alright, it seems that she has won. Anyone that has bet on her, go ahead and collect your funds. The only one that walks over is the woman with the drink. Walking back, she just gets out of the ring, and the man eventually wakes up a minute later. Excellent fight. What did you think, my dear? The Dragonborn says to or towards you.
They're very skilled fighters.
Yes, quite right. I'd wager their levels currently at 6. Maybe 7. The woman that seems to be leading this then goes, Alright, seems that everyone that wanted to fight today fought. Would anyone like to go again? If not, that's perfectly fine. We already have today's wagered amount. You can tell that she's disgruntled. She, if you had to guess, gets a lot more money than this until recently her establishment got torn down. So she's a little miffed, but she seems to have made enough ends meet with the 2 fights so far.
Which person is it?
And the one with the dagger.
Yuvi's just standing up and walking over to her. Hamzo, how much do you need? Sorry? Pulls out a pouch of 50 gold and had to stand to the.
Are you trying to pay to go again?
No, but since your establishment got destroyed, well, interrupted, and I often use these kind of establishments, I'd be invested in trying to get this back up and running. So if that can help, so be it.
Alright then. She takes it and then, looking towards the man that spoke with you before, give her the number. Alright. You there. Here. If you ever need to contact us or find out the next location, here you go. He hands you a piece of paper with a number on it. With this, you can contact us and find the next location we'll be at. We usually only give this to regulars or people we trust, but you seem highly motivated. So then, welcome to the Underground Circuit. The name's I wrote Hopper instead of Harper. The name's Harper, by the way.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Evie. As she holds out her hand to shake.
She shakes it, at first a little hesitantly, because you were just a recent fighter that fought. But then just basically gives up and does the courtesy thing and shakes it. She then retreats her hand back to her side and goes, to be perfectly honest, love, it has been a hassle. This superhero has been dealing a whole lot in the Underground Circuit. It's sad, really. But he's been doing a lot more than the cops have for the last couple of weeks. I hear last 2 nights ago he managed to stop a smuggling ring, and then 2 nights prior to that, he managed to stop a couple of drug lords from getting their contraband into town.
Is he part of a association, or is he just a freeloader at this point?
If I had to guess, a freeloader, vigilante type. You know, those, oh, look at me, I have a bit of power, so might as well do something with it.
Odd. The police are hiring mostly nowadays. Don't see why he wouldn't just go for that.
That's very true. I hear even in the R&D department are taking in non-locals, but who knows? Maybe he has a certain secret he wants to keep. Either way, citizens are taking a liking to him, and even the kids gave him his name. Seems to be just rolling with it. I haven't. Go ahead.
I was about to say, on one hand, it's kind of discouraging, but on another, it's enlightening.
I suppose so. I even hear that some people are even starting to try to emulate the man, trying to be their own little heroes. Don't know how long that'll last, but if I had to guess, the police are likely going to do something soon. Likely to perhaps save their own rep, or get people not to accidentally kill themselves when they go out and try to fight crime.
Phases fizzle out in due time. Should sort itself out.
I suppose so. It doesn't seem like anyone else is gonna raise their hands to fight, at least from what you can tell, Amy and Maria. So she looks at you, nods, looks at the rest of the group, doesn't see anyone else willing to fight right now, and goes, "Alright, the rest of you lot, get the heck out of here. We'll make contact with you and everyone else in about 10 hours. You hear some groaning, some mumbling, but some of them begin to slowly disperse. The Dragonborn waves at you, and then begins to head out. Slowly, so if you want to catch up and talk, up to you. But Harper looks towards you and goes, just take care of yourself out there at night. If you do make use of my establishment, any others you likely use are probably main targets for this mighty night. So watch out for that."
Did you say that the police were after him by any chance?
From what I've heard, they're starting to pick up anyone that's willing to take on the job.
Also, I would have waved to the Dragonborn. He waved to me. Probably a little, just sort of side curtsy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Would that include the sections?
I reckon. I hear some of them are just bored nowadays. Some of them have already been poached, mainly those that aren't doing anything right now, or they've at least been informed. Others willingly volunteer for those kind of jobs. You know how those righteous do-gooders are sometimes. But I can't really complain. Some of them do pay well, and some of them do come to the fight, so there's that at least. And as long as they pay well, I'm happy to inform whatever I got.
May I ask a question? You don't have to answer if you feel uncomfortable with answering.
Alright, I'll hear you out.
Do you perhaps know the Yellow King by any chance?
I might be able to contact her. Why is that?
I've recently become aware of her presence, and I simply don't have much knowledge on her. And I was wondering if I could perhaps barter for some information.
Well, if you want any information, you're gonna have to go with the Blue King there. All I can tell you about Yellow, you must be new in town. There are about 5 of them. Red, yellow, blue, black, and white. Blue does information. Red goes with strength. White deals with life. Black deals with death. Yellow's a little special.
Special?
Special.
Yellow deals with money. I don't know.
Let's
I'll take it they're an underground sort of thing.
let's just say they're underground that everyone knows about. Eventually, you will come across their men. They are a very large source of income and information. Honestly, if they will it, they could honestly take over this city, whatever else they decide to do. They don't make a move unless it's profitable to them, or if it advances what they're trying to do. Although, of course, each one has their own objectives, it would take something massive in scale for them to come together.
So I would inquire the fact that most of the nobles in this town would probably realistically be under their grasp, or vice versa.
Perhaps they would also at least know them, but not talk about them in public.
Thank you for this information. I do apologize if it was quite out of the blue.
It's quite alright. I can't exactly give you too much, as that might put my own life in danger. But it's not exactly like I gave you very top secret information.
While I wish for more information, I'm not about to put your own life on danger. I simply just wanted to know the basic.
She nods and then goes, well, if you want information and don't want someone's life in jeopardy, seek out the Blue King in the slums. I'm sure they'll have more. As she says that, the man that gave you the number then goes, alright, we seem to be all set up. The town seems to be none the wiser. We can head out. Very good. Looking towards you, Harper then goes, is there anything else you need?
No, it's quite alright. I have all the things I was looking for. Thank you very much.
Alright. See you around. Hopefully in the next bout. Or whenever. You do have our number.
She gives a curtsy as if
They all tree stride through the tree. You don't know where exactly they came out of. You're currently like just outside the city in the forest.
I think that's our time to head off now. Back to our recent living accommodations.
Back to those uncouth monkeys we have to put up with.
Oh no, Evie's just heading straight to where she is staying. Doing her paperwork at home.
Okay.
Alright, well, as soon as that guy walks away from Byroth, he immediately turns around and says, counter spell armor. I want counter spell armor.
Alright, but before that though, as everyone leaves outside of the, let's call it fighting ring, someone just hits the fighting stage, and then someone else just hits the fighting stage, almost breaking the solidified water underneath them. Two strange people in what appear to be armored-like clothing. One more leathers and that akin to maybe an assassin type of person. And one more of a dramatic sort with helm and, well, they don't have a shield, but it is depicted. More dressed in kind of like an iron suit. Or at least an iron helmet, and the clothes themselves seem to coat the rest of their skin. No one really sees this, but in the distance, Evie can hear this. Alright! No one move! I actually need to look this up, because I forgot that they were in this map and they were supposed to show up. They were supposed to show up late, but they were supposed to show up.
Nobody move. This is a stick. Aw, damn it.
Who the fuck sticks up a fight club. They're already prepared to fight.
I was thinking it was like a raid or something.
No, it was explained beforehand, but that's fine. Alright, no one move. This is Shadow and Redheart. She then looks towards Redheart, which is the woman in the iron mask. Really? You really went with Redheart? She shrugs. Alright, that's fine. I don't think anyone's here anymore. This is really awkward. I should stop yelling this. Should we go? Alright, let's go. And then you just walk away. Section 5.
You just blast through this without the roleplay. This is basically a job.
Honestly, though, if you wanted to find out who they were, Evie, you could probably find them as they walk out.
I mean, she would turn to them and go, "Are you quite alright? You were causing a lot of ruckus back there."
I mean, they're not heading directly towards you. You just could hear that they were there.
I mean,
But
she could shout that.
You hear a voice, but the voice sounds a little different. Yeah, perfectly fine, thanks. This is so embarrassing. How does she do this?
Are you sure you're alright?
Yep, fine. Just a little mortified. Trying to copy my hero. Well, not my hero, but my aunt. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay, well, that Evie's immediately walking over towards them.
You hear just running. They seem to be running towards town now.
Evie's fucking flying. Wings out, flying towards them.
Side note, now you know how Byroth feels trying to engage with you, motherfucker.
Why can't I find Section 5's map? There it is.
Yeah, so shopping thing. Counterspell, how much is that going to cost? I don't have money on me, but I have a gem worth 2,500.
Sure, we can take that, give you the change for it. It would be up to Bastion what your actual price will be. If you want to call him, we can be back here in a second.
Realta, could you do that, please? Or, no, wait. Naris can just do that. You have other guys thing.
Yes. Second later, Bastion comes back in. Yes, you called. Like a minute after I gave you.
Can you? I had to think, and then I thought, and here we are. How much would it take for a counterspell to be infused?
Let's see. Do you already have the armor?
Yes, I have this armor that I'm wearing, which is it's adamantine, and I want to infuse it with Orshalion and a counterspell.
All right. Let's see. Counterspell, 3rd level spell. Infusing another metal on top of an existing metal. I'd probably run around 800 gold.
Can you make change for a giant ruby?
I can always make change for giant rubies.
Excellent.
Marison states,
I would like for that to happen.
right. Okay. It will likely take some time, roughly, let's say, Bastion, what, like 3 hours? And a half. 3 hours and a half to get the job done, if you want to wait that long. Or you can, I don't know, head into town.
I would
find
like to
out-
observe and assist if possible. Like, how could he resist that? his character would not be able to. He'd love watching that.
Okay. Bastion then goes, "Alright, if you want to help, I can reduce the price down to 715 gold." He's not really used to money.
Sure.
But he's saying 750 gold.
Okay. Barra's probably still gonna just give him the 800 because he considers this like learning.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have his warehouse room
It
prepared.
doesn't matter.
So
Like
we're
I
just
said,
gonna
this
use
is
this
just
area.
shopping.
So he just basically pushes Relta out of the way and uses the incubator system into his own forge. He actually does have this, but it wouldn't make sense for him to use it this way. But he's still going to use it this way. He has with him what appears to be a dimensional cube. You don't know what that is. Presses the button on it, and immediately it expands inside the incubation chamber into his own forge system. Alright, that should have the materials ready. It is going to take some time. Are you fine with metal? Are you good with heat?
I have resistance to heat. I am proficient in smithing. I can heat metal magic, and I can also fabricate things with magical ability.
Great! We're going to use none of that. It's all natural here.
Excellent.
As you both enter into the incubation chamber, it is massive in well, not completely massive in scale. It's basically the size of this room inside of this incubation chamber.
Cool.
Basically what he has is I forget the spell's name. It's basically you make a tent, and inside the tent it's bigger.
It's somebody's mansion, or it's not Leoman's tiny hut. No, it's not Leoman's.
Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion, level 7 spell.
That's the
Yes, there we go. But his is magnified into its own forge system. It's self-sustaining.
Magnificent.
Yes! Also very expensive. It took me 50 years to pay for this thing.
Worth every cup.
No, gold!
And
Again,
everything in between.
not good with monetary values.
Worth every bit of money.
You mean
All
debt?
the metal, I imagine.
Yes! Let's get to work then!
But please. Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a forgery. Not forgery. No, wait, that would make sense. Forging skill, which would either be some type of strength ability or your own intelligence.
Okay, let's try athletics, because I'll assist, so like work the bellows or something.
Okay.
Sound good?
You basically carry the supplies, reheat the metal, and then basically cast it into its own system.
And I am proficient in forging tools, if that modifies that. My dumb 12.
That would modify it to probably a 14. So it's not bad. He's seen worse. You're just not great. So he basically sticks you to low level things. So you're basically just handing him the water.
Yeah.
Putting the metal when he tells you into the water, while he actually deals with fire and metal.
I'm paying too much attention to what he did job, but what I'm doing.
Yeah. But all you're really doing is cooling down the metal while he prepares it and heats it up, and then turns it into a liquid and casts it into a mold. From what you can tell, he's casting it into a mold that will bind into your current armor. Basically, it'll engrave a new type of design onto it, as well as giving the properties of the metal into your current metal system. As that's going on, Relta is currently still playing Guns, Guns, and More Guns, or are you changing a game?
Different game. Different game.
Different game. Different.
All right, go ahead and roll me a D5, a D4. Unless you know how to
Okay.
actually do the D5.
Roll
Game am I playing?
D10 divided
No, you can do a macro thing, which I don't
Nope.
remember how to do.
D4.
But just go ahead and roll me a D4. I'll subtract guns, guns, and more guns from the roll.
Natural 4.
Natural 4. Okay, let me see. As you get kind of bored of guns, guns, and more guns, you look around the, not the App Store. You don't have access to that yet. As you open the pad and look at the games that are currently installed on it, you see a weird puzzle game. It seems to be like Spot the Difference. Where's Waldo? Do you decide to play it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Unless
go ahead.
there's something else from.
I mean, there are more games. It's just the first. You can honestly go through all of them if you want. It was just easier this way.
Give me 3.
Okay. 3 new ones or the ones that you described?
Number
3
3.
choices to pick from.
Oh, 3 choice.
There's a total of
You
5
sound-
choices. There's guns, guns, and more guns. There's well, the game that you just rolled is a dumb name called Look and Seek instead of Hide and Seek, which was a dumb choice on my part. The next choice you have is let's see, what was it called again? I'm just gonna look at the dumb notes I have. Guns, guns, more guns. Look and See, Witch's Cauldron, Wizard's Book, and well, that's a weird one, but whatever. Hunter's Quarrel.
I'll just do the look and see one first for now.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. 13.
Looking at it, seems to simply is a spot the difference, where's Waldo type of system. It does attribute and connect points to it. You didn't roll high enough, but if you had to guess, your perception skills, your investigation skills could potentially level up as you continue to play the game.
Alright, I'll just keep meddling around with that while everybody else does their business because I have no desire to do any shopping or anything.
Imagine you're like standing just outside the dimensional pocket because you're like, it is hot in there.
I'm all like, this sounds kind of interesting, but I just found a new game on this thing, so you guys have fun with that, and then I just go back to play my game outside of the hot zone.
Hot zone. So
Yeah.
why
You're
can't?
not just turning into like an angsty teenager.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like, I've been a druid for so long, I've never had this technology, and now it's at my disposal.
So
Gotta
phone.
take advantage of it. Mhm.
Let's see. Yeah, that's true. But it's not either here or there. Let's see here. Where would you meet up with them? You'd likely catch them at the general store? No, that doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna have you find them on a random street. Why won't you turn? Ignore the map. Ignore it. Don't even know where you are.
We're meeting up again after our.
No, I think Evie's currently chasing. Well, Evie and Maria are currently chasing down the strangers.
Oh yeah. Ralpha, we should go for a walk in the street and maybe see.
Okay. She puts her tablet away and follows Barrow.
This is after my
Oh.
armor is
What does this
It's-
group look?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Oh yeah. That's another timeline.
I mean, it's fine. They were at the fighting area for a while, but not that long. So potentially you could meet up right now. Why hasn't the map moved? Okay, move to the wrong map. As you head back into town, bop, 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 bop. Currently chasing down what appeared to be two complete strangers, you finally catch them up as they enter into town, just panting and running. Ba, ba, ba. As this so happens to coincide with everyone's shopping being done, Rauta and Byroth basically decide to stroll around town for no meta reasons whatsoever.
Can I turn into a small animal and just ride on his shoulder?
Sure.
Would be a sugar bite. I'm lazy. I would be a lazy druid.
So Evie and Maria give chase to these two strangers. In the distance, Byroth and Relta currently are having a nice stroll. You do
look at this new.
What was that?
Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maria tenses up. Evie's still just saying to these guys that are running away that they don't want to talk. Oh, hello. Hello, friend Evie. Oh, hello, strangers who are running. Wait, why are you being chased by Section 9? What is going on?
We don't know. They just keep chasing us.
Would you talk to us for a moment?
They actually weren't looking at you. They were panting out of breath. Then Evie states, "Please, we don't mean any harm. We just wish to talk." Alright, fine. Then they actually look up as they were panting, looking down at Byroth and Rauta. She then states,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hello? I'm Bydroth of Section 9. Perhaps you have met our associates, Evie and Maria.
"Oh, hey." You then hear her voice change a little bit into a deeper pitch. Hey, how's it going?"
He says, please, we don't mean any harm. We just wish to talk.
Mm-hmm.
About the sound of Ramon's voice by any chance?
Hey, you're fully capable of speaking.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about? She seems to be visibly sweating.
Are you
Um,
perhaps by any chance related or influenced by the recent upcoming hero that seems to be patrolling around these parts?
You look at her friend that has said nothing yet. She seems to not move towards you, but look in your direction until the person next to her stops her from moving and clearly giving away the signal of, yeah, they clearly know what you're talking about. No. Who? You don't even know Mighty Knight.
I didn't say his name.
Um, um, Millie, they're onto us, run! Go back to school!
Wait, do you want us to stop them? I ask Maria and Evie.
I jump onto one of their shoulders.
As a sugar glider.
Okay, you jump onto the silent, hound woman. You think? They just kind of freak out, but they don't bat you off.
Yes,
No.
Can I roll like something where they don't even notice?
No, they didn't notice you. You're just a small creature. You're not sure what's up with that. And Maria wouldn't be able to say
Or
that.
also give chase. Yeah, and keep up with.
Yeah.
And I want to go on the brain buddy and be like, why are we chasing these people? What is.
Everyone seems to
I'm
be
still-
chasing them.
Yeah, we're just chasing them for no reason. This is why I'm trying to ask on the blessing from the Dark Council if we still have it. Direct telepathy.
Yeah,
Can't not
we,
hear.
we do still have that, right? Or,
Yes, but people
24
can choose
hours.
to ignore.
Yeah, just ignore.
but I can
Ignore.
hear, and they can hear my thoughts, and I'd be like, I'm attached to them. Are we chasing them for a particular reason?
Curiosity at this point.
I'm chasing them because you're on them.
Okay, everyone
Well,
decides to just
because they're
book it.
running away from us. And I heard Evie say, like, we only want to talk. We don't mean no harm. I heard her say that, so I jumped onto them as they were.
You also
Running
would
back.
have clearly heard what she asked and what the subject is. She didn't
Do
say it
you know?
quietly, she said it in front of you two what she was after.
Yeah,
What
you want
is
us to
she
know.
after?
You asked one question, I just forget who it was about.
She was asking if these people were associated with the vigilante running around. And
That's
they
right.
said fuck it, and they started running. Evie started going after them again.
You
See,
basically
yeah.
catch them at school. They can't exactly go anywhere.
Alright. But I sent you my brain message and said I'm still attached to them, and I guess that wouldn't be very valid. But if you need me to stop them, let me know.
Evie, Maria, you think these two are associated with the unlawful activity in the city?
Oh, Evie's just focusing and flying straight forward. Full mission on hand.
At this point, you catch them at the entrance of school, Rauta is still on the helmed woman's shoulder. You honestly can, at this point, tackle them down.
Evie's not doing that. She's just landing in front of them and just putting both of her hands. Once she puts Maria down, puts both of her hands on their shoulders.
Okay. As you do so, you just impact both of their shoulders as you hands go literally through them. It's clearly an illusion.
Wait, but I'm on their shoulder still and they're still running past her?
No, they stopped because you guys got in front. Actually, now that you look at it, Rauta is halfway inside. The armored woman halfway outside, but she can't exactly tell. But because you actually went through the illusion, it has to dissipate. And these two pop up. Oops. She's underneath. Back. Did they show up now? No, they didn't. She's still on the GM layer. Pop. Byroth and Relta, you've met these two people. The other two have yet to meet.
Who are they?
You remember them as Ramon's kids. Adopted, but they are Ramon's kids. Alice and Millie. Alice is a fake child that the team, the first team's, no, that's not right. I'm just gonna say it the way you guys would know it. The first team this group had initiated, Mixie and Nesmin managed to save a kid, and Ramon had adopted them. She's known as Alice. She's a faunish child with the ability to cast a cantrip level spell. No, to cast a spell in a cantrip level. She has the cantrip of Magic Missile, which is a terrifying feat. Millie is a biological weapon with the ability to basically copy anything she can basically look at or touch. She is also a terrifying child. Now,
Would I have known this when I jumped on their shoulder?
they didn't look like they look like now, so you wouldn't have known what's going on.
But I do now.
Yeah, but you do now. You know that these two people are Ramon's kids. Why they were vigilante criminal justice fighters, you don't know. One thing is certain, though. What the heck's going on in town? As we end the session for tonight.